want to thank the Lord for the goodness of God, the goodness of Jesus. Thank you once again for tuning in with us. This is just going to be a short DVD, a short video that the Lord has been encouraging me to do. And also my friend Dean, who built this website, has been encouraging us to do. The website is www.feedingthehungry.ca. feedingthehungry.ca. Desi, Martha, Jakab. We've been, most of the last 17 years, we've been missionaries to orphans and children in Africa. We've also traveled to my homeland in Hungary and ministered there as well over the last several years, but it was mostly just maybe a 4-week, 5-week visit, 3-4 week visit where we would go there, minister to our relatives. But it says here in James chapter 1, it says, pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father. If we want pure religion that's undefiled before God and the Father, is this. Very simply emphasized. To visit the fatherless, not only fatherless, where there's orphans in Africa, orphans in the world, but fatherless even in God, where they don't know God the Father as their heavenly Father. But yes, we do have a ministry to orphans. We have a small orphanage and that we help over in Mozambique. And we also have about 300 orphans that we're helping in Malawi. They have a Christian school, a private school there now. They started it up 1 year ago. And if you would like to really help with this ministry, every penny that comes in, we send overseas. We send it out to feed the poor, the orphans. And Malawi 1 year ago had a great flood. That was 3 months of flooding in the lower Shiri. Everything was totally wiped out in the small villages. There's approximately 4 or 5 million people living in the lower Shiri area of Malawi. But most of the villages were wiped out because the river, the Shiri River, became actually 13 kilometers wide in places. And this year, after December, following November, December, they had the worst drought they have ever had in many years. I just talked to our pastor friend who leads the work there for us. And I says, how's things going? Are people still being fed and everything? We've been sending a lot of money to help them because many people would have starved to death. And he says, yes. He says, the people are still hungry. They're still starving. And so we've been feeding the hungry, feeding the orphans. And every day that the school is running, the private school that they started, there's over 200 children. They feed them every day. And even Saturday they have a feeding program. And then Sunday they have their worship services. But they have services all throughout the week because they're teaching those little orphans to come to know Jesus, come into proper relationship. And it says, pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless, the widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world, that we keep ourselves completely unspotted from the world. And I'm so thankful for our Malawian, Mozambican friends that they love the messages we've been putting on YouTube. If you want to go on there, Desi, Jakab, YouTube. But if you look on our website, it will help you to see where you can help us. And we don't have fundraisers. We've never had fundraisers. And we never even ask for money. But you know what? If you want to invest in God's kingdom, this is a place to invest in, because every penny goes exactly where it's asked to go. Last year, somebody gave us $5,000 to build a building, a feeding center, and you know that went up, and now it's not just a feeding center, it's being used for this school now. And the school's growing. This last year, we've had up to over 200 children, and this next year, by the fall time, our fall, that'll be their spring over there, because it's in the southern hemisphere, in the vicinity of Mozambique, and also Madagascar, Malawi, southern regions of Malawi. And we welcome you. We welcome you to look at our website, feedingthehungry.ca, www.feedingthehungry.ca, and we welcome you to make donations, because we will be able to give you an income tax receipt for those that are in Canada, and your money is not gonna be wasted, not one bit. Doesn't go to our pockets. I'm almost 70 years old. I will be 70 next year. My wife is not far behind me. We don't need the money. And we've done works for God where we went by the seat of our pants, where God would speak to us to do this and do that. No support, no finances, and we know what it is to give to the Lord's work. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. This is Desi Jakab from Feeding the Hungry Global Ministries. God bless you. Feeding the Hungry, www.feedingthehungry.ca. Thank you very much. Thank you.